The Independent Police Investigative Directorate, that's Ipid, has revealed that it recorded over 5,000 criminal cases against police officers in the last financial year. The police watchdog says 53 officers have been fired, while 20 have been jailed for various crimes, including rape and assault. Opposition parties have accused Police Minister Bheki Cele of failing to act decisively to deal with these officers. Let's bring in Ipid's Lizy Suping, who joins us to unpack this incredibly worrying story, incredibly worrying trend this morning. Lizy, good morning. I'm sure you're as worried as the rest of us are by hearing these numbers. 5,269 criminal cases opened against officers.
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers at home. Indeed, it's a worrying number because at the end of the day, we want South Africa to be safe for our citizens, and we want to ensure that those who enforce the law are accountable. But at the end of the day, people should be able to respect a police officer. So it's worrying, but our role is to ensure that we instill confidence on policing in the country, and by investigating and ensuring that there's accountability, we hope that process would assist.
Lizy, can you break down this number for us, this 5,269? Because I understand over 3,400 of those cases are assault. There's also firearms-related charges, death as a result of police action, etc., etc. What are some of the more worrying trends in the numbers that you're seeing?
Okay, let me just clarify the total figure. It's 5,295.
95, I see.
However, in terms of the three main cases that we've investigated, we've got assault at 3,400, like you've said, the discharge of an official firearm at 744, and death due to police action at 410. We have other cases that we've also investigated, but these ones are the main cases that we've had. And the number of assaults have gone up also in terms of the other factor, contributing factor towards the high number of assaults, where the enforcement of the lockdown restrictions, because during that period, police had to enforce lockdown restrictions. But on the other hand, we received a lot of cases that were assault related. Also during the unrest in July in KZN and in Gauteng, we also received a lot of assault cases. And that is why our number is higher than last year.
Well, that was actually my next question.
When I say last year, I mean, sorry?
That was actually my next question, Lizy. This is for this financial year. What are the trends year on year that you're seeing? And you've already said there's been an increase.
Yes, in terms of assaults. But if you look at 2021 versus 2021 versus 2022, there was a decline generally in the number of cases that we registered. It was a 14% decline. But on the other years before 2020, 2021, there was an increase. So despite the fact that there was a decline in the total number of cases, assaults were still high. They were increasing.
So there's assault, there's also corruption, charges laid against officers, and incredibly worrying cases of rape as well. In a country like ours, Lizy, where we should be able to go to police in a horrific situation like a rape case for protection, I mean, the fact that officers themselves stand accused.
It is worrying. And if we look at the year under review, which is 2021-2022, we registered 99 rape cases, and 49 of them were committed by officers who were on duty and 50 by officers who were off duty. We've referred some of those cases to the NPA for prosecution, but also we've made recommendations to SAPS to take action against their members. Most of the cases that were in court that we've referred to the NPA are still on the court roll. Their processes are ongoing, and we hope to be getting more convictions in this financial year of 2022-2023.
I mean, that's just incredibly worrying indeed. One just can't overstate the trend of rape by a police officer on duty or off duty, just how horrific it is in our country, given our levels of gender-based violence. I mean, the next steps here for Ipid, Lizy, surely must be to ensure that these officers are held accountable. And as you say, you also then bring those charges with your work with the NPA. The NPA then brings charges as well.
Yes, because once you go to the NPA, then they would be able to take them through to court.
Yeah.
And like I've said earlier on, we have been getting convictions in this current year.
In a context where the police minister is being criticized, Lizy, for not getting his officers to toe the line, how difficult is your job as Ipid when there are over 5,200, almost 5,300 officers with criminal charges?
It is a worrying trend. However, there are also some interventions that we're trying to do from ourselves as Ipid, although they are on a policy level, where we would engage with the police officers through the exercises or programs that we refer to them as station lectures, because we do make recommendations to say how, as a police officer, how should you handle yourself when you effect an arrest, when you manage crowds, but also when you are just doing your work or enforcing your work. You just need to behave in a particular way and ensure that you uphold the badge of SAPS.
Lizy,
so there are those initiatives that we are doing with SAPS in terms of those engagements.
The spokesperson for the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, Lizy, let me thank you for your time this morning, for weighing in on this incredibly important discussion. The latest report from Ipid for the last financial year, almost 5,300 officers facing criminal charges, including torture, rape and assault.